Yes. Hooray! I'm here. Hello.
So your welcome to start, and the topic your sounds very interesting. Balancing out and about academic rituals and the making of theory. Welcome to start, and you have 10 to 15 minutes for the report, and maybe final we'll have a couple of minutes of questions.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for inviting me here. It's a bit weird to speak English with Russian-speaking audience, but was kind of a collective decision for me to speak English. I am not a specialist in digital branding, and I'm not a specialist in branding at all. I've been involved in communication studies circles at some point, but currently I am going through training in science and technology studies. So the story about my affiliation is it's very connected to the topic of my presentation. I'm kind of existing between the universities. So my base home is in France, from which I'm speaking to you right now from Paris. But I also am affiliated with Sweden, and I also do my field work in Russia. So kind of living in between the universities and not having a stable connection allows me to live in academic networks. And living in academic networks, which don't have a territory, yet exists through the territories and in between them, I've noticed a very interesting thing. Academic networks is a niche audience. And once we talk about branding, it is a very interesting and very not usual niche audience to engage with. So with this short talk, I know that it's the end of the day for you guys, so I'm gonna be trying to make it short. I wanna kind of touch base on 4 points that characterize academic networks as a niche audience for territory branding and for making territories. And for that, I'm going to be using my autoethnographic experience, since I'm not good in analysis of territorial branding. So if we could move to the next slide. I'm not quite sure if I can do it here. Yes, I can. Perfect. I would like to put this video on for you. 1 second. No, the video can't be put on. I think so. All right, well, I'm running into... Right. Something is not going. All right, I'm going to retell you the story of this video, and then if you would like to watch it, you can just YouTube it at some point. So this video is an announcement of a conference of health humanities conference that's taking place in Mumbai. And the opening scene of the video, you see this, this very epic music on the background, and you see the lights, and you see the city, and then you see people in traditional costumes who are meeting you, and then you hear speakers of the conference, and then you see the pictures of food. And so basically, when you watch this video, you're not quite sure if you're watching the video that lures you academically, or that lures you into the city, and as an excuse you do the academic work. So this is a very typical story in promoting academic events. There's even a phrase that's called academic tourism. So actually, academic networks is a truly interesting audience for territorial branding. So the first feature that I would like to mention here, yeah, there is some kind of slight incompatibility because everything is moved around. Well, what's supposed to be written here is expertaining. So the first feature is expertaining. What I call expertaining is the merge of expertise or knowledge and entertainment. And that's what academic conferences are. They do have knowledge sharing large component to it. That's the main reason for its existence. Yet they also do have a very large entertaining component to it. And when you do look at the websites of the conferences that do take place in different territories, you see, you would see a page that would have an entertaining component to it. Like here's a screenshot from the conference that took place in Sydney this September.
We have run out of time,
and
unfortunately, already.
The first thing,
yes,
one of the main tabs
we do not
is
have time left for
what
the
you can do in
questions,
Sydney, what you can
even
see
though
in
we have so
Sydney,
many of them.
how to get to Sydney. And then if you look at the logo, it also features pictures that characterize Australian science and technology studies.
There are questions
which the conference was
audience.
on science and technology studies.
Maybe the last one about the online environment.
This expertaining
online environment.
This expertaining feature is a very good window for territorial branding. You can see that, for example, there are some academic networks that are more globally oriented, and they use expertaining in the sense that I'm showing on the slide. There are others that are more locally oriented, and they use expertaining in the sense that, oh, come to Lisbon to this medical anthropology meeting. You'll have great food, and we have wine for lunch. So there are different ways of playing around with these features,
Marta.
but that's
We
something.
want to.
That
we
is
are very
something
grateful
worth
for
exploring
your
for this niche audience.
contribution,
Then the next
because
feature,
we found you. We were browsing the site
the slide
of
as
the
well,
Institute
but
of
I'm
Place
gonna
Management
pronounce it.
in
It's
Manchester,
Twitter
and we
branding.
found your name, and we were so interested in your
Currently,
work,
academic
in your
networks
achievements, that we
live on
wanted to see
Twitter.
you, and
Everything
you
is on
actually
Twitter.
could
Calls for
make
papers
it.
are on
It's
Twitter.
so great when Steve Millington, he's here today.
Some
Unfortunately,
talks
right
are on
at this
Twitter.
moment, he's
Fellowships are
absent.
posted
Like
on Twitter.
he was shocked when
and
he saw you on the
basically,
screen. He said, "I know her. I know her
You
very,
don't
very
really
well."
have to have listservs
Yes,
anymore.
so
You can
big hello
just
from
live on
Steve.
Twitter and build your network there. And in the international academic environment, that's something that's working very well. So since it's working very well, it also makes territories. And I'm speaking not just the making of territories.
No. We're open
speaking
to our further
universities, right? So
collaboration,
there is
some maybe
Berkeley,
joint projects.
or
We are
like
full of
there are these
creative
names.
ideas, and we
But
are
I'm
kind
also
of building the
speaking
community
the making
here,
of territories.
academic
They're
community,
roaming.
research community,
So there is
and practice community. So you're very, very
the
welcome.
screenshot
Now you are
that you
part of
see
it because you
on
have
your left
participated in the conference.
is from the Living Knowledge Conference, which took place in Budapest. This conference is famous for
Thank you so much.
The conference within
So
the local
Poland.
community. And they present projects
we are moving
from
to
Athena
Sweden,
Science Shop, which is
and now hopefully
in
we will see
Amsterdam.
Alexandra Gendaltzeva.
And
that's
it
what I
kind
have
of
here
connects
on my list.
through this
she
tweeting. They
represents
do connect what's
études
happening in Budapest
anciennes sociales,
in
Paris,
sustainability development
Paris.
to
But
what's happening
here,
in
at
Amsterdam.
the end, it's
and then on the right you see less subtle example of picture of ducks.
Do we have
on
our
Lancaster
speaker right
campus
now?
During the
She's right there,
Lancaster
but maybe
conference. And interestingly, when you
disappeared
put
also
hashtag
for a
of
moment,
this conference in Lancaster,
hope we will
all you
see
can
her.
is ducks.
We could not.
And then afterwards,
I'm here. She says,
people
I'm here.
who didn't attend the conference would ask, "Oh, is this the city that is famous for its ducks?" But actually, it happened because there were a lot of ducks
for us to see
on the
her.
campus. in this niche audience, in this academic circles,
of course, as I have already mentioned, it was a very
there were
difficult
famous Lancaster
thing
ducks,
to
and I'm
organize
sure
all
that
our
anyone
speakers and
who
to
is
make
connected
them
to
check
East
the connection.
network,
Now we can hear
if they
you.
travel to Lancaster, they would
And
look for ducks. That's like kind of a famous thing now.
Hello, so
Moving
happy
on,
to see you.
the third feature
You are
is
welcome to start.
glocalizing. I
And
mentioned
the
it
topic
briefly.
of your report
say it again.
sounds very interesting.
Academic
Conferencing out
conferences,
and about
when they
academic
roam around the
rituals
world,
and the
they
making
do
of
connect
territories.
global
So you're welcome to start,
issues
and
with local
you have
issues.
15 minutes
And that's actually
for the report, and
something very
maybe finally we'll
sustainable,
have a couple of minutes
because
for
you would
questions.
see the picture on the right. That's again from the Living Knowledge Conference in Budapest, when the talks about sustainability and ecology from international renowned experts were connected to the local initiatives. And this made from a bicycle smoothie machine was one of the features. So people would eat local food during the lunch breaks, and they would experience local culture and give back with the knowledge that they bring to improve the local communities. Also, the same example is from a tweet that you see on the left. And then the last feature is hosting storytelling, and that's a true potential of using academic networks as the community that is participating in building territories. When the conference starts, on the websites, you will for sure see a story about the place where it's taken. And then the story has to do a lot with how this place is shaped in the minds. So the story could be more like the one on the left side, more with the historic touch to it, and position in history over some other features. Or the story from the conference that I happened to organize on the right in Moscow, the story that is more concise and featuring more a certain place within the territory. So there is Moscow, you see it in the picture. Everybody knows Moscow. There is no sense for me to talk about it, but I'd say that in Moscow there is one place that you should visit for sure. So summing up, I would say that there are 4 features which provide very good window for territorial branding within the niche audience of academic networks. And these are expert training, tweeting, branding, localizing, and hosting storytelling. And that's it from me. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. Did I get it right that something was wrong with the slides and something was wrong with how they were shown to us?
Yeah, the formatting. The text was absent, and all the screenshots were like all over the place. But well, I hope it was.
We had no
a bit
problems with
clear.
the videos during the previous report, but maybe some format is not compatible.
Helpful, and we actually liked it. So if you hadn't mentioned that something was wrong with it, we would have thought that that was the way it was supposed to be.
Oh well, that's perfect. That works for me. Thank you.
Do we have questions?
На здоровье. Здравствуйте. Но я бы сказала, что здесь, допустим, что касается этой конференции, то именно привлечение аудитории в место не было. Было привлечение аудитории вне места, вот как раз-таки в онлайн-пространство. Я думаю, что эта задача была выполнена. То есть, допустим, у меня как участника было явное понимание, что я прихожу в тусовку, но я не прихожу в стены университета, что, допустим, для меня более интересно, ну, как бы вот, как вот таргетирование аудитории. Наверное, вот, как бы, если вкратце, так.
Александра, еще раз.
Здравствуйте.
Скажите, пожалуйста, вот вы наблюдали наш сайт на русском языке и на английском?
Да, я наблюдала и на русском, и на английском. И, наверное, на английском мне было более понятно, потому что он более развернутым мне показался. Вот, у меня поэтому создалось впечатление, что в отличие от, допустим, вот конференция в Сиднее, продавался Сидней на эту конференцию. То есть, как бы, и туда натурально народ ехал, секции были пустые, потому что народ ехал в Сидней, а не на конференцию. И то же самое я наблюдала на ICA, International Communication Association, когда они выбрали место в Диснейленде. Сайт говорил про Диснейленд. Вот ты открываешь сайт, и первое, что ты видишь, эти все прекрасные горки Микки Мауса. И секции были пустые. А здесь, что мне понравилось, сайт говорит про людей. То есть, как бы, сайт не продает Дисней, ну, как бы, не продает Томск, сайт не продает там университет. Сайт продает комьюнити, в который ты входишь. И мне кажется, что в этом плане здесь как раз с точки зрения таргетирования аудитории, здесь таргетируется та аудитория, которая бы хотела остаться потом в комьюнити, а не приехать один раз в одно место, что мне очень понравилось, например. Да, мне причем очень понравилось, У меня телефон был забит фотографиями рамок оконных, мне их некуда было складывать.
Спасибо вам большое. Подождите, у нас еще не вышел на связь, да? Не вышел на связь следующий наш выступающий, лидер. Мы все еще надеемся, потому что вообще ее выступление на 5:30. Поэтому сейчас, Александра, вы можете показать свое видео, вы можете нажать на лайк там справа.
Да, все, я вижу, да, отлично.
Посмотрим, у нас есть 3 минуты точно.
Супер, давайте. такое эпичное видео. Yeah, that was my thought. When I tried to analyze this video, I thought, well, the music is definitely chosen for the local audience. Like, they're definitely trying to attract the local audience, because as a Westerner, I wouldn't be touched by this music. It sounds pretty funny to me. Yeah, it's too epic. Like, this is too epic to speak about academic things. Yet for the local region, that's very appropriate music. And then yes, the state of flow and a bit of a meditative feel to it. So that, like, for me, this is an example of how the territory is being made by academic network, and the other way around, how academic network is actually making the territory, makes Mumbai be this place.
So thank you again,
Thank you very much. Did I get it right that something was wrong with the slides and something was wrong with how they were shown to us? You said something like that, yes? Uh-huh. Fell apart. And we were discussing. Yes, we were discussing here that we liked the visual actually. It was very vivid, very colorful, and we actually liked it. So if you hadn't mentioned that something was wrong with the format, we would have thought that that was the way it was supposed to be. So thank you again.
I couldn't,
Do we have questions?
unfortunately, now.
Yeah. That's good improvisation is well prepared improvisation.
Didn't allow me
Do
to
we
be
have
present.
questions? А вот сюда, пожалуйста. Okay. I'm going to translate. Да, давайте для разнообразия по-русски. Ирина Викторовна, вы не могли бы в микрофон свой вопрос озвучить?
Александра, добрый день. Спасибо за доклад. Вот как интересно в контексте вашей презентации выглядит наша конференция? Сайт нашей конференции и вообще вот какие-то...
На комплимент напрашиваетесь, Ирина Викторовна?
Нет, вот как раз на критический разбор.
Да, на критику и на аналитику.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a lovely news. I'll definitely check it out. Thanks. Thank you, and best of luck with the continuation of the conference. We'll stay in touch.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thank you.